Well, we just had the Oscars. Some very classic movies have come from the Oscars, and we're going to talk about some really great ones coming up. Ian Breidenbach is with us today, Assistant Professor of Art and Movie Lover at Ohio State University of Lima. And you've picked three just awesome classics. I mean, if you've seen them before, you got to watch them again.
Yeah, thanks. I like to think of them as a really interesting triptych. Like, they have a conversation going on throughout all of them about, like, what is the nature of reality. So, yeah, that's why I picked these three. Watch them in succession. I think that that's a
good idea. All right, so let's talk about Sunset Boulevard, that famous line, Mr. DeVille, I'm ready for my close-up. You know, so tell us about that one. Why you picked this one?
1950, Billy Wilder directing Gloria Swanson and Eric von Stroheim and William Holden. Really amazing film about a screenwriter who sort of accidentally winds up in a mansion of a silent film actress who may or may not be insane. But while he's, absolutely. Or at least gets there. But while there, gets a sort of gig that allows him to remain in Hollywood, right? Writing and crafting a very large work that she's been obsessing over for a long time. I think this movie's super interesting, and I recently just watched a film called Queen Kelly by Eric von Stroheim, the guy who plays the butler, starring Gloria Swanson, the woman who's in the house. And the movie that they end up watching on the screen in the house is Queen Kelly, which was not released. It was amazing. So it's like a leakage between the real world and the film world that she is existing in. And both characters end up like getting what they want, we'll say, by the end of this film, where the one guy, you know, you've seen in a pool at the very beginning, the very first shot, he winds up getting that pool that he always wanted, and she winds up getting in front of the cameras again.
Right,
yeah.
It is black and white, but it's still, it needs to be, it's a great movie. Yeah, it really is.
So perfect.
Yeah, all right. Let's, another one. Everything I think Alfred Hitchcock does is perfect, in my opinion.
There's some early ones.
Well, okay, so the main ones that everybody knows, and you want to talk about Vertigo.
I would love to talk about Vertigo. This movie, very similar, like, treatment of reality in that, like, you have a character who's just at the very first scene gets immediately like sort of broken, and as he's trying to pick himself and put the pieces back together, that sort of gets taken advantage of, and he falls in love with a woman, following her around for a friend he knew in college. Jimmy Stewart is the actor following around Kim Novak. And then she dies and breaks him again. And then as he tries to pick up the pieces again, it's one of those weird try to control your reality movies where he sees a girl that looks exactly like the woman he just fell in love with and tries to recreate her. The whole film is like so structurally and formally perfect. It's a contained film where you don't need any outside knowledge. All of the knowledge that you want to get from this movie is inside of it. Like the bridge shows up constantly. There are constantly towers all throughout this movie. There's both the female characters of Midge and oh shoot, I can't remember her name right now. But Kim Novak's character, they both are represented by bridges, like which are support systems, but one of which is a suspension bridge, right? Like, and the other is a cantilever bridge where there's an equal partnership. It's fantastic.
Right. Well, I mean, don't experts say this is like just a cinematic masterpiece?
Absolutely.
This is a masterpiece. People consider that.
I think all three of these are like up there in terms of like constantly being
talked about
as the top, like some of the best movies ever made.
Right. Yeah. All right. So another widely acclaimed, Mulholland Drive.
David Lynch. Rest in peace. He's like one of my favorite artists, filmmakers of all time who just did not get enough chances to make films.
Right.
Or when he did, like, you know, studios tried to wrangle this mad genius. But this film is very much in, like, it requires both of these films to have existed prior to it. Like Sunset Boulevard, this movie takes place in the same neighborhood, even showing the Sunset Boulevard like road sign. It also is about filmmaking itself. There's Justin Theroux plays a film director who sort of is like involved in a sort of love triangle between these two female characters. But it's very much about like creating this sort of ideal dream world that comes crashing down.
Right, yeah. I agree with you. I think all three of these movies, you got to watch them. If you've never seen before, you have to watch them again, because you can watch them again and still see.
They're all
new
infinitely
things.
rewatchable.
Yeah, exactly. They definitely are. Well, thanks for coming today. Great movies to talk about. Don't go away. We'll look at the weather forecast next.